Hollywood is not just a world of movies and entertainment, it is a world of franchises. Some are the biggest, most beloved franchises of all time, like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, James Bond and many more. But then there are franchises that have a surprisingly long lifespan, where even if they weren't the biggest moneymakers, they still find a way to come back after a long period of time due to the following and strong loyal fan base they have. Franchises like The Matrix, Mad Max and today's subject, Meet the Parents, a franchise that is quite a peculiar rarity. The franchise was off to a great start when the first film came out, and the second film did even better than the first. But the third film kinda tanked the franchise, and for a while it seemed this franchise was done, until it was recently announced that Universal was producing a fourth installment into this odd series of films, bringing in Ariana Grande as well as the original cast of the franchise. So since the fourth film Fucker-in-Laws is coming out soon, I thought what better time to talk about this weird obscure series of films and see how it got to where it is today. This is Meet the Parents, a franchise in ruin. Meet the Parents started off as an independent film that came out in 1992. The story of the film was pretty much the same. A boyfriend is introduced to his girlfriend's family, he tries to impress them, but things go off the rails and hijinks ensue. The film was not widely distributed, so it didn't gain a huge audience, but it did get showcased at the 1995 Raindance Film Festival, where it caught the attention of producers Nancy and Steven, who loved the idea and took the initial concept to Universal Pictures to try to make their own version, while toning down the more gruesome aspects of the original. Universal was on board. They hired Jim to rewrite the original screenplay and initially intended to get Steven Spielberg to direct and Jim Carrey to star. But he turned it down, and the director's chair eventually went to Austin Powers director Jay Roach, and the lead role of Greg eventually went to Ben Stiller, with additional cast members such as Robert De Niro, Terry Polo and Owen Wilson joining the roster. In 2000, Meet the Parents was released, and was a huge success, making over $300 million, and was a solid critical hit as well. The franchise was off to a great start, and with the success of the film, Universal immediately put a sequel into development. In 2004, Meet the Fuckers was released, and it was an even bigger success, making over $500 million. While the critic and audience reception dipped slightly, it was clear that the franchise had staying power. A third film was greenlit, but due to script problems and scheduling conflicts, the third film wouldn't come out for a while, but finally it did. In 2010, Little Fuckers was released, and it took a bit of a decline at the box office, making over $300 million. And the critics and audiences really didn't like it. After that, the franchise was done, people had moved on from it, and after the disappointing results of the third, Universal decided to put the franchise to rest, and for a while it seemed like this franchise was never coming back. Until recently, of course, when Universal announced that a fourth installment to the franchise starring Ariana Grande was in the works, and currently the film is set to come out this year. So whether or not it performs well is uncertain. Will nostalgia be strong enough to get people to get excited to revisit these characters and world? Or will franchise fatigue and lack of interest and relevancy make sales dip even further, making the film and franchise just collapse completely beyond repair? Only time will tell. Currently, as it is, the Meet the Parents franchise is in a very clunky position and pattern. The franchise has been irrelevant and creatively dry for a long time. What was once a beloved IP is now just another franchise that has lost its charm and relatability, and is now just reduced to another generic comedy franchise that studios will just look to bring back for brand recognition and easy money. Everything that made the franchise so enjoyable and engaging is gone. It's not authentic or genuine anymore. It's just another comedy series and nothing more. Now if Fucker-in-Laws is good or even great, then it might revive what made the IP so special, but for now, it is just a stock stale franchise that is way past its prime, and will only get worse if there is no creative passion behind the continuation of this franchise, and will eventually crash and burn until there is nothing left to salvage. That is the result of corporate greed with no drive to make quality, instead settling for quantity, even if they get nothing but diminishing returns. That's how the Meet the Parents franchise is a franchise in ruin. Anyways guys, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.